So welcome back to another video, and today it's another very exciting one. And drivers, again, yep, gotta love a good driver test. It's gonna be Ball Speed King 2022. So behind me, I've got 5 drivers lined up. They're gonna be going head to head on quad, same setup, same loft, same shaft. Gonna see which one will be crowned, for me, the Ball Speed King of 2022. So first things first, let's take a look at the heads that we are going to be testing. So first up, we've got the Mizuno STG, Mizuno STG. So they're all going to be the low spin heads in the kind of product lineup. So the STG, the most adjustable one, the lowest spin, lowest launch kind of head in their lineup. Next up, this one needs obviously no introduction. It's a TSI 3 from Titleist. It's been an absolutely phenomenal performing driver since it was released, and it's still an unbelievable driver. Again, gonna be 9 degree. I'll touch on lofts later. I'm actually gonna turn them down to 8 degrees, all of them. Next up, there's a new one this year, obviously the Callaway Rogue ST Max LS. So now they've got obviously 2 kind of lower spin heads in their range this year. Callaway got the Max LS and the Triple Diamond as well. I'm going to be using the Max LS just because I feel like that's the one that most people will probably get fit into out of the range. Again, still a slightly lower spin option. So I'm going to be using that one today. Then we've got the old red face monster, the Stealth Plus, again 9 degree, the lower spin head in the model as well. So there's always been loads and loads of buzz about this driver this year with the carbon face, kind of, again, tailor-made, saying that's going to create more energy transfer, kind of the weight saving, enables mass to be pulled further back, kind of therefore creating more, kind of a more efficient strike, more energy transferred through into the ball. So definitely going to be testing that today. And then finally, I've obviously done a lot with this head this year. This is the one that I game, the Cobra LTDx LS. It's been an absolute monster in every test I've done. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these heads all stack up against each other. Right, so the format of this test is going to be 15 shots hit with each head. So we're going to try and see which head is consistently the quickest. So I want it to be in somewhat of a fitting scenario in terms of, well, let's get an idea of how the club performs on a whole, kind of out the middle, and if we're getting a couple of miss hits. So I want to try and make it fair. So any really bad ones, I'll delete. We want to try and get 15 semi-decent kind of drives. So we'll see which performs the best overall over all 15 shots, sort of across the face, and also best to best as well. We'll take a look at, well, which one gave me maybe the one-off quickest ball speed, which one has the most potential if you're striking it at the middle, but then also which one is kind of the most consistent across the face, which gives us the average highest ball speed. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to have them all set up as neutral as possible. So for example, the weights in the STG are kind of just neutral forward, so slightly lower spin configuration, but neutral. The only one I can't really have neutral will be the Cobra because there's a 10 gram and a 3 gram weight. So I'm going to leave that in stock configuration, which will be 10 gram weight in the heel, 3 gram weight, slightly toe side. They're all going to be turned down to 8 degrees on my Club Connect sleeve, and they're all going to be used with the Acra TZ660 M5. So same loft, same shaft, as close to same configuration as possible. 15 shots with each on quad. Let's get some data. Right, so first up is going to be the STG. I'll show you just a few shots with each, otherwise this is going to be an incredibly long video, and I already have a habit of making my videos way too long. So I'll show you a few with each. I'm going to go kind of 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Just keep switching it up just to make sure I'm not more warm with one than the other, to make it a bit more fair. Yeah, apart from that, just try and keep my swing as consistent as possible, I suppose. Kind of been working on a little bit of a fade, so I'm going to try and play that little fade. It's a bit of an easier shot for me to play consistently-ish. So See if we can keep it a bit more consistent throughout the sets. He says as he hits like a toe drop kicky. Maybe okay on this hole, but that was okay. So kind of got the path. Did we get to face the path? No, so the face was close to the path. Okay, that's close to the path and very toey, which is why we got a drawy ball flight with 1200 revs of backspin. Don't like that. Okay, let's try that again. That was better. There we go, that's the one we want. Nice. I might aim us a bit more right than that, but that was better. Yep, 3 out to in, 1.7 open, 12 launch, 2000 spin. Still a little toey, but 288 carry, 306 total. Good, right, well, it's a pretty good start. Well, second one. So that first one I'll obviously delete because that was just a terrible strike. So at least doing 5, 5, 5 with each, I'll be able to just get 5 that I'm happy with each, if that makes sense, in each set, which will make it a little bit easier. And then, yes. Oh, kind of trying to fade. It's trying to fade. There's a big carry, 297. Yeah. It wasn't a bad strike, to be fair. Again, go the path, face isn't quite open enough. Oh, fade. Oh, yeah, it's trying. It's trying. There we go, nice. Flat, like a bullet, this thing. Absolute bullet. Yeah, good strike. Just sometimes can't quite get that face open enough to the path, but right, happy with those 5. Let's move on. Right, so first 5 done with the STG. Apart from the first one, they're all actually pretty solid. So now moving into the Stealth Plus. Again, 9-degree head turned down to 8. Weight just set neutral. Same shaft, same thing. Let's get 5 and move on to the next. Yeah, it feels very similar. Looks, and that Mizuno looks so open. I mean, this looks a bit open, but Mizuno just sat so open. Right, let's see what we can do with this little bad boy. Ooh, lovely little fade that. Beauty. Absolute, get on that line. Oh, lovely, great numbers. 12.8 launch, 22 backspin. Yeah, 146 efficiency, 315 total. Beautiful little fade. It's a good strike actually, but yeah, it's actually just a bit more neutral, to be honest. It's a long way. It's a long way. Right. Hit a couple more there with the Stealth in the first set, just because I hit a couple a bit toey. Actually, efficiency on all of them was great, so therefore the ball speed, which is what we're actually testing here, was still kind of where it needs to be. So yeah, good first set with that. Let's move on. Right, so first set done with the Stealth, now moving into the Cobra LTDx LS. Again, same setup, 9-degree head turned down to 8. Weights in the stock configuration as they'd come, so 10 gram weight, slightly heel side, 3 gram weight, slightly toe side. Again, same shaft. So I've hit 13 drive and just realised I've probably got to hit about 50 more. Hope you appreciate these tests. They're a lot of effort. A lot of effort. Right. Again, like, I just love the way this head looks at address. Like, it just sits exactly how I want it to sit. And that's such a big thing, I think, when it comes to even just fitting. Just get something looking the way it wants. I mean, obviously, we've touched on this a few times previously. The head weight of this is slightly lighter, so when I pick it up, it feels just better to me. It feels nicer in the hands than the others so far. Oh, that needs to go. I mean, that is just long, isn't it? That is so long. Actually, it's not as long as I thought, to be fair. I correct myself. It was a little high on the face. 15 launch, 2200 backspin, 313 total. Nice little fade. Now this I have found actually to be easier to fade than some of the others. I mean, straight away, you probably won't see on the dispersion map, but got everything red and yellow kind of lining down here. And for straight away, green Cobra dot down that right side. So for hitting a fade, if I want to hit a fade, if that's the shot I want to go for, this to me, actually a little bit easier to do. That was a little heely, but I mean, I'm taking that every day of the week. And 314 on the line. Again, that's just, yeah. This will be an interesting test. An interesting test. Even though it's off the top, but so long. It's just so long. Still good ball speed. I mean, it's, yeah. Pretty happy with that set. A little bit off the top, spin dropped a little bit, 303 carry, still 142 efficiency. Not bad for a slight high one, but yeah, good first set with the Cobra. Let's move on. Right, 3 down in set number 1. Now moving into the TSI 3. So again, standard weight in the head, set neutral, 9-degree head turned down to 8, same as the others. Still the Aqua TT6 60 M5. Oh, consistent. I'm tired. Still looks lovely, this head, doesn't it? Just a very classic looking Titleist head. So, I mean, this was such a good drive. I mean, it is such a good drive. I mean, last year it was phenomenal. A few of the others up their game this year. So this will be interesting to see how it stacks up now. Spinny. Very spinny, I think. Felt spinny. Yeah. Very spinny. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, it was a tiny bit off the bottom, but 3,000 spin. Efficiency's still good. All right, one more with the Titleist. So you think I've already hit, yeah, this is shot 25, so we're only on driver 4, so already hit more than I would have wanted to. Okay, it's a good strike. Happy with the efficiency on that one. It's a little bit low in the face maybe, which I tend to do with the Titleist for some reason at the minute. Yeah, really good efficiency though, quick ball speed. Nice, right. Happy with this. God, I think maybe I might do 10 shots with each, not 15, because I've not even been through one set yet and I'm already pretty tired. So maybe take a few off. Right, so Max LS time. Rogue ST Max LS, again 9-degree head turned down to 8, same shaft. Same again, just having a sneak little peek at the numbers so far. I am just going to do one more set, I'm not going to do 2 because they're all super consistent at the minute anyway, and obviously quite tight. I actually feel like the efficiency's all been good with all of them, so I feel like one more set will be plenty of data to give an accurate representation about how these clubs perform. So, 5 good ones with Max LS. But the weird thing about the way this head looks is it's just such a straight line. There's like no curvature to it at all. It's just bolt straight, which some people tend to love, some people tend to not like so much. All right, see how this goes. Two strike felt decent, turned it a little bit. It just feels so different from impact. Like it feels, to me personally, it feels like a little bit clunky, like heavy. And again, we touched on head weight before. same again, I just can't do it. Cannot do it. I would definitely say, like, compared to something like the Cobra, this Max LS is way more draw bias, like way more draw bias. Just could easily fade the Cobra. This I just, right, this one is gonna fade, right? I'm leaving this way open. Hey, I can do it. We can do it. But that was a pretty rubbish shot, so that one's getting deleted. Again, it comes back to that sort of thing in a fit. If you start to see stuff you don't like, you start to adjust and you start to try and change and do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, which is the club making you react a way that you shouldn't. You want to get something that fits you, not something you feel like you have to adjust to get the results that you want to see. You just want to be able to swing. And this has always been a struggle for me in any test I've done. That's a bit better, we'll take that one. Right, I think that's enough for the Callaway because I'm knackered. That was just... There's one thing I found throughout all my testing is that the Callaway is not for me. It's a really good performing driver for a lot of people who've done really well with it in fits, but it just don't gel with me for whatever reason. But right. One set done with each. I'm going to go through now and do another set with each. I might show you one or two more shots, but again, try not to get the videos too long. Then we'll jump into the numbers. Right, back round to the STG, set 2. Same setup. Be interesting to see if I get faster or slower, because I actually feel like I'm losing energy today, to be honest, not gaining it. Wow. I mean, I actually remember having this in one of the last tests that I did after hitting a set with a Callaway, where everything was everything was turning over, and I went back to something that was a bit, I mean, STG again is a pretty fade biased driver. Those first two have just, yeah, I mean, that one's just so far right. And then it's almost a case of needing to a couple just to adjust back to how to swing this driver and actually hit it straight. A bit like that. Yeah, it's still a little bit off the top, but even that's finished right side of the line. I can't remember one that finished right side of the line with the Callaway that was, unless I was really, really trying to do that. Craziness, absolute craziness. That's better. Lovely shot that. I think we'll end this set on that one. Beautiful. Yeah. It's really good numbers for a little fade, this thing. 12 launch, 2100 backspin. It's really, really nice. Right. Oh, I'm tired. Yeah, I think 3 sets of this probably would have finished me off, to be honest. Set 2 with the Stealth. Same setup as before. That was crushed, but oh, that's gone so far. Whoa, that is a long carry. I think that was a bit high toe. Actually, it didn't feel that way. This thing sometimes, oh, it's a little bit toey. 1600 backspin. Again, that was so toey, but I mean, that is just so good. Still good efficiency. Just held its line. Good numbers. I mean, that's, yeah, very toey. Done incredibly well. Right. Finished with the Stealth, finished with the STG. I think it was Cobra next. Right, back into the LTDx LS for set number 2. So essentially, I probably will end up hitting between 15 and 20, probably closer to 20 with each driver. And then I wanted to get 15, but actually the best 10, I think that's fine. I think otherwise I'm going to kill myself. So best 10 with each driver. Again, there's still going to be some misstrikes in there. There's a few toey, a few low with each. So it's definitely giving a good kind of accurate representation of how the club's kind of performing for me, each of them. Right, let's see what this little baby's got. Come on, Cobra. Let's go. Didn't fade, but it's not terrible. Not terrible. Just a bit of a straight pull, basically. Yeah, a little high on the face. Pretty much been my strike miss. Actually, everything's been my strike. It's a good test, good day to test these drivers, because my strike has been all over the shop. I mean, just haven't really felt comfortable with my swing all day. So I've been playing about there a little bit. So we've had some lows, some highs, some toey, some heely. So yeah, good test of these drivers today. Again, that was toey. I mean, what a toey shot. I mean, that's what you want to see, especially if you want to play a fade. I mean, it's the toey ones, you just don't want them turning over. If you can hit a toey one, yeah, and it still fades, I mean, that's the goal, isn't it? I mean, still decent efficiency at 143. It's a great ball flight. Love that. Love that. All right. That's better. We like that. That is perfect. That is perfect. Right, Cobra done. Oh, I'm getting tired, I'm not going to lie. What we got left? TSI and Max LS. Right, set 2, TSI 3, same setup. Let's do it. Some really good numbers there on that last set with the Cobra. See if we can replicate that. The TSI, again, just staying a bit more on top of it, not getting too behind it. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. It's just like, oh, tell you what, it's done all right. It's done all right. Still made the carry. Still made the carry. Just, yeah. Good strike. Nice little fade. Yep, nice. Very nice, like that one. Yeah, it definitely just spins a bit more. I think that was a couple mil low, but yeah, a couple mil low, 2700 spin. Definitely is a little bit of a spinnier head, the TSI, than the Stealth and the LTDx LS, and probably the Mizuno STG as well, to be fair. This is probably one of the highest spin ones now. That's perfect. Perfect. There we go. Kind of found the swing now on the line. Beautiful. It's kind of almost feeling like the hands get there, and then we start turning into it. Cut. Oh, just didn't cut. It's straight, a tiny bit heely. Right, that's it done with the TSI. Yeah, I'm certainly not quite feeling refreshed today, should we say. One more to go. Right, last set, 78 drives in, so yeah, definitely hitting more than I want. Max LS, good thing it's the last set. Club's getting a bit sweaty now. Let's try and get this one out of the way, because again, this was the one I struggled with the most last time, so let's hope it's a bit better this time. Again, straight away just left, isn't it? It was a decent strike. Just, oh, backspin. just wants to go left. Great strike. Path, similar, kind of a little bit out to him, which I've been all day, trying to play a little fade, just getting the face close to the path. Whew, come on. Come on, baby. I just cannot hit this thing. What it is with it, as soon as I go back into it, slowing it down a little bit. I mean, that just, I mean, it certainly would be good if you just wanted aim down the right side and know it's going to draw. That's, you know, it won't be the worst thing in the world. If you can aim down the right and know it's going to finish left of where you're aiming, that's not a bad thing, right? Can't get my hands any faster than that. Okay. This is the problem. Now I have to artificially start trying to hit a little bit of a fade, which causes some problems because, again, every single one of them has been left of target. Similar to last time, I had to literally feel like I was hitting an 80-yard cut to actually get one to finish right. So, again, this one's going to go right. Still drawing, still finishing left of target. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers. Okay, all right. Finish on. Actually wasn't a bad strike, to be fair. A little low in the head, but we'll take it. Right, that is a struggle. Like, I just cannot fade this thing. You want to hit a draw? Go get a Max LS. Right. I'm going to whittle it down to 10 decent shots with each. Let's look at these numbers. Right, so ball speed. Comment below. Who was quickest? Who was the quickest? Well, it was Cobra, number 1. Number 2, it's completely joint between the Stealth Plus and the TSI 3. Then just sitting below is the Callaway Max LS. Then just sitting below that is the STG. But I mean, again, in reality, there's not loads there. I mean, if you're really obviously doing it from ball speed perspective, you're going to go with the highest, but that's not necessarily the kind of parameter that we look at the most. It is helpful, but so 166.4 to 164.6, so 1.8 mile an hour in it from top to bottom in terms of ball speed. In terms of kind of what launch conditions, again, LTDx LS, perfect launch conditions, 1421. Stealth Plus, pretty good, 1322. The Max LS kind of spun up at 28. That was a bit more me. Again, I was just struggling with every single shot with that. I just struggled pretty much, to be honest. Just never really gelled with that too well. So that was just more me and strike. And then the TSI 325, kind of a little bit higher spin there. So that's a bit too high for me. But again, I have found that TSI now is a little bit higher spin than the rest. Especially like the STG is a super low spin driver. The LTDx LS, super low spin. Stealth, super low spin. But they all kind of sit in that nice range for me. Longest carry, Cobra at 296. And then again, just sitting behind that, it's the STG, the Stealth, TSI and Max LS a little bit down. So, average ball speed, and again, it was 10 decent shots that I left in there with each. They weren't perfect. There was definitely some missed strikes in there. So this is a good kind of average representation of how they're performing for semi-decent driver of the ball. I wouldn't say I'm a great driver of the ball. So, which had the quickest ball speed as a one-off? Again, comment below, which had the quickest ball speed as a one-off. So club data behind me, we'll take a look at that in a second. So the answer to that question is, I'll try and put them up on the screen maybe somehow, if I can figure out how, because my editing skills suck. Last place, Max LS with 165.8. Fourth place was the STG with 165.9, so only 0.1 in it. Third place was TSI 3 with 166.9, so call it basically 167, so mile an hour jump up there. Second place, Stealth, 167.4, and then first, Cobra, 168. So kind of from, again, it's only 165.8 with the Callaway, so we'll call that 166 up to 168 with the Cobra. So again, Cobra average quickest and best Cobra. But we'll see why that is now. Obviously jumping into the club data. Lost my stick. Magic. So again, I mean, it's just a theme to this, isn't there? I mean, if you ever watched any of my previous videos, it's the same thing, really. And again, this is for me. So this does not necessarily mean it's going to be the same for you, because everyone swings differently. Everyone's got different speed, different strengths. So it's swing speed. The efficiency was actually the worst with the Cobra. I could just swing it faster. So if I could swing the others as quick, I would possibly get a bit more ball speed out of them, because maybe I'm more efficient. However, maybe I'm more efficient with them because there's more mass, they're heavier, that's why I can't swing them as fast. So if I were to take weight out of them and swing them a bit faster, would I therefore get less efficient but more ball speed because I could swing them faster? Because that's basically all that's happening with the Cobra. I'm swinging it faster, so I'm getting more ball speed. That is literally it, but it's actually the least efficient. Everything else, 145, I mean, the STG was actually the most efficient. Again, I struggle to swing the Mizuno heads quick for I don't know what reason that is. I've seen it consistently throughout. I just can't really swing them fast. So more club speed equals more ball speed. So there you go. The dynamic loft was quite interesting. Actually, like I said, the Stealth and the LTDx LS are very, very low spin heads this year. So that means essentially they're delivering less dynamic loft, which creates lower launch, lower spin, generally speaking, all being equal with strike. So 18, 18, 18.4 with the STG. Again, a very low spin driver, the STG. So all of those very low dynamic loft. And then the TSI 3 and the Max LS, it's a bit more dynamic loft. Again, I don't find that as low spin, to be honest, as some of the others. So again, all about what suits you the best. You can definitely see I started to change a little bit with the Max LS there on path, just changing, kind of it was 3, 2.5, 2.5, 4, a little bit more out to him with the STG and neutralizing it out with the Max LS, just me changing, just trying to find something that worked with that head, which was tough. But I mean, yeah, everything else is 2, 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3. I mean, there's not really that much going on there, to be honest, I could dive into, but not really what this video was about. It was about ball speed, and the answer for me, it's Cobra. But I have seen a few other videos with people saying that Cobra is a ball speed king this year. Maybe not as stable as some of the others, potentially, but it is just rapid, and I've seen it in a lot of fits. It's quick. Cool, right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Comment below, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you want to see next, because I'm really going to keep trying to step it up, get more content, have a bit more fun, just provide you guys with info in this realm that's very, very confusing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.